For stage 3, we're back at Mount Panorama. And for the first race here, what do we got to do? Well, warm up tires and apparently do a whole lot of tailgating. So warm up tires, does that mean, oh yeah, that means we're starting with no tires. Well, there's a couple of ways you can warm up your tires. You could actually do a whole bunch of skidding and donuts and warm up your tires pretty fast most of the time. But I'm going to see here. I think what I might do is just push Ahmed and see if I can push him ahead through traffic. Now, I'll have to be careful that if you really want to get someone through traffic, you can't push him too hard or you end up wrecking him, and then you got to slow down a lot. So, oh boy. Yeah, those are definitely really cold tires. That's what I'm looking for. I was going to say really worn out tires, but they're not worn out. They're just cold. Wow. Drifting now would be no problem at all. And it looks like I don't know how close I had to stay to Ahmed. I really wasn't paying attention to that. But it's counting even when I'm quite a distance away from him. So here I am trying to push him. Push, push, push. Come on, Ahmed. Let's go, let's go. I don't know why he was skidding that bad. Maybe his tires are also cold. Wow, we'll push our way through this. 120 seconds. Wow, that's 2 full minutes. And at Ahmed's pace, that's not even going to be 1 lap. Come on, man. Oops. My tires still aren't that warm yet, so watch yourself. You can have some fun with this stage. I don't anticipate it being any problem at all. Yeah, look at that. I'm really far back and it's still counting. Oops. Oh, no. Okay, well, oh, hello, Ahmed. I think Ahmed got really hit by someone else. I don't know where he went. Come on. Was he in that group, maybe? Ah, he must be in that group. That was kind of funny, seeing right inside his car. And still trying to get that wall ride down in this car. With less grip, it's a little bit easier. Well, he's got to be in this group because my tailgating or my following time is working. Okay, and this guy's in my way. Get out of my way. I'm trying to follow Ahmed. And look at that. It's just like I said. I'm saying, at this rate, it's going to take Ahmed 2 minutes just to finish a lap. Okay, well, I'm done with you, Ahmed. Of course, me wrecking Ahmed at the top of the hill didn't help. Boy, you know, I should have paid more attention to the race description. I don't know if I have to stay behind Ahmed or not, but... well, the very fact that you're seeing this means that this was just fine. I will never waste your time and make you watch a whole race just to fail the stage and make you do it again. So, definitely this works. And I have no idea what position I'm in. Again, they're not showing me the position I have. I would like it if you guys would always show me the position I'm in. Oh well, what do you do? So, I don't know if I'm way in the lead or if I'm way back. So that's why I'm having a little bit of fun with some of these guys, because I just have no clue where I am. Kind of cool to have it where your tires get better and better. And, you know, in real racing, that definitely happens. You start with cold tires and they heat up and you get more grip, and then of course they start falling off. And in some stages we also get the fall off of the tires, like we did in the McLaren 720S GT3 that we did a couple of weeks ago there. Had some difficult stages where actually that one was more so, there was that really hard stage, I think it was 7.4, where the brakes were falling off. And that was an interesting challenge because Santos was really fast. And I'm sure it was easy if you had higher upgrades. I had higher upgrades than I normally would have. I had 3s, just 4 of them, but still. And there you go. Curious where I am. Maybe I am in the lead because he is substantially far behind me. And there's no one in front of me. Huh, I'm curious. Have you ever tried driving forwards while looking backwards? It's an interesting challenge. Sometimes I do it for a long distance to see how far I can go, but I'm not doing that here. Yeah, and that corner's starting to feel a lot better in this car, that very last corner. 5th? Huh. You know, kind of tempted to do this race again and get a first place finish. Well, maybe I will. No, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to skip to the next stage. it's not going to make any difference. Sometimes I've wanted to do these events where I got first place every single time. If I wouldn't have wasted time messing around with some of the people, I could have finished faster, but I was stuck behind Ahmed for 2 minutes. He's the reason why I couldn't finish that stage very fast. This one's really easy, I think. Just got to get to a certain point in 36 seconds. And this is the section where I certainly can have trouble, where I'm more likely to clip a wall, like minor clipping there. That doesn't count as damage because it was a rub. It said don't take on any damage. That just means don't bash a wall really hard. And I don't know where Ahmed's going to be. I kind of like to smash into him if I can, but it won't let me. He's way down there. Oh, they made it sound like he was going to be waiting nearby. Oh well, no matter. And they paid us a full lap for going just a little bit of a distance, and so that's pretty nice. Alright, that wasn't an easy one. Set the fastest lap. Well, I don't expect this to be difficult at all. Curious if the race will end after I set a fast lap, or if it'll just keep on going. Wow, we're starting pretty far back. So this is going to be like a 2.5 lap race. Surprised we're starting this far back, because this whole 0 lap won't count. Oh well. I don't think there's any reason to use complex strategies on this one. In setting fastest lap stages, one strategy is you run as fast as you possibly can and just don't worry about anyone. The other way of doing it is run a decent lap and then spend a whole bunch of time slowing everyone else down. I am definitely not doing that for this one. I don't need to. However, some people were doing that for the 720 degrees event, and that's a great strategy if you're going in with really low upgrades. Or my friend Speed Junkie there, he did it with no upgrades at all, which is really amazing. Very impressive run he did. So he had to use some very non-traditional strategies to make that work, because some of the stages were absolutely impossible. Even though he's one of the best in the world, you have to use some tricks. But the way he did stage 7.4 was just amazing. I was so impressed with how far he pushed his car and how much brakes he had at the end of that race. It just shows you how, if you really know your race lines, he really shows you how grippy cars can power through the corner and you don't necessarily have to be on the brakes like crazy. I was down to 0 brakes by the end of that race, and he was sitting there pretty high. Mind you, maybe he didn't have to brake as much due to the less speed, but I don't think that's it. I was watching this trajectory at Red Bull and it was fabulous. Alright, there's Magnus. Magnus. Well, I'm supposed to be setting the fastest lap, so I probably should leave Magnus alone. Don't really want to, but I definitely need to make sure I pass this stage. That's goal number 1. Messing with Magnus would be goal number 2. I really blew the exit of that corner at the top, and so that's why I'm lagging really far behind here. But we'll just get a nice pass, a little bit of drafting there, and being a little bit careful. Come on there. Not really side drafting off him. Sometimes you can side draft. And then of course the traffic can really throw off your entrance and exit to corners. And that's what racing's all about. Gotta navigate your way through it. Oof! He got on my bumper there pretty tight. The bots take very different race lines. Sometimes they take very bad race lines. That's why I'm really not a fan of steering assist high. I used to use it a lot, but I absolutely can't use it now on almost every single track. Oh, that's fun. Steering assist high just fights you to take a very limited race line, and on some tracks, that race line is disastrous. Like if you're at a Porsche test track or in Leipzig, the line it tries to make you take through the bus stop is just atrocious, wastes tons of time. Steering assist low, not a big deal. All steering assists though are going to really fight you with off-track driving, and different things like that. Like, I'm not doing it in this car very much, but in other cars, I sometimes practice drifting if I'm bored. And pretty hard to drift if you've got a lot of assists on sometimes. Although, you know what? I just remembered that when I was first practicing with drifting, if you turn off brakes, turn off traction, and put on steering assist high, it can actually help you in your drifting. It seems to help the car stay on track while you're drifting it. So that can be some fun. It's definitely going to make you really slow. In this game, you generally don't go faster by drifting. You generally go slower. But it can be fun, especially if you've got a pile of laps to do and nothing else really to do while you're doing them. There you go. Easy stage. And again, as I'm doing this, I'm not doing any bot slowing. I'm not doing anything to keep my target slow. I'm just going to go zip, zip, zip and see how hard it gets. And if it gets ridiculously hard and I have to buy extra upgrades at the end of this, I will, but I am definitely not expecting that. I'm expecting easy. And if you're wanting to hunt through different events on this stage, I do have timestamps in the description. Probably should have said that 10 minutes ago, but hopefully you guys read descriptions. And there we go. Finish one lap there. That shouldn't be a problem. Especially with these upgrades, should be no trouble at all. So I'll be trying to keep this nice and clean. Magnus! Oh, and I'm going to have to leave you alone again. Ah, well. You can brake really late going into this corner. And whoa, that was unexpected. Boy, I really thought he was going faster than that. Same with this corner. You can brake so late. Oh boy, it's hard to look backwards when you're driving up there. Now from here, you stay full throttle. If there's no one in your way, but even now, I'm noticing I can hug this corner pretty close. Oh, I had to lift a little bit there. I didn't have the right race line going in there. I didn't have a choice because there was a bot in the way. And then I'm not braking until I pretty well hit that banner. And in a lot of cars, I'm braking substantially sooner than that. Oop, gotta watch him. Like, look at that race line. I'm glad he was way out there, but that's a horrible race line. You should be getting close to the insides of the corners. Because you want to drive a straight line. Well, you want to drive as straight as you can through that uphill section, and then you can stay full throttle more. Of course, you got to brake a little bit, but you take those weird zigzaggy lines like they're doing, like they're basically following the road. That's just bizarre to me. And braking so late into this corner. I'm not optimizing it because I'm just shocked how late I can brake. I don't need to be optimizing, and I've got lots of time on my clock, and I'm over a kilometer ahead of Magnus. So yeah, no trouble at all. Easy stage, no damage to my car. I did nick a couple of guys and got really close to nailing that. I think it was a Camaro GT4 that I almost took out there. I think that wraps up stage 3. Yep, that wraps up stage 3. And I'm not doing any more because I didn't even get totally paid for that last race. So I'm not going to do anything till tomorrow. That's where I'm going to do the last 2 stages. Don't want to waste those M earnings. Thanks for joining me. Stage 4 and 5 will be tomorrow.